Shedeur, flying out the goal to the camera. Just your thoughts on trying to play with that weather today, and then how you felt like the offense.
Yeah, the weather was the best for what I like to do, throw the ball. So it was definitely tough out there, but we fought through it. Our lack of depth at running back, we had a couple guys step up, like Isaiah Hard, and get in there off of 2 days of practice and get in there and do his thing. So overall, it was a good performance. I feel like we got some things we got to clean up, but I feel like we're in a way better place mentally, physically, than last year.
Scott, Shedeur, Scott Proctor in Colorado. I wanted to ask you about your first team center right now.
Yeah.
Coach Shermer talked a little about earlier this week about how you saw a bunch of offensive linemen come in the portal and he didn't panic, he didn't complain, just kept his head down. What do you say about his resilience? And obviously, his talent level as well, being able to be first.
Hank's a great guy. He's a good team player. I never heard him complain ever. He always have a positive attitude and a smile on his face. So that's one thing I love about Hank. We got a lot of guys offensively just on the O-line room that just have great attitudes towards each other. Sometimes it's friction, but we always work it out. We always win. We're always a family. And they won't let what happened last year happen again.
Andrea Wilson with ESPN.com. You just mentioned you feel like you guys are better mentally and physically than you were a year ago.
Sure.
Can you just explain why and where you feel like those improvements have been made?
Well, I feel like we're getting quality guys now. And they're doing full background checks on everybody, and we're getting exactly who we want. I told ESPN this earlier. I watched the Jonte Wester PFF, and I went after him. So it's like we just collectively, like we know what type of players we're getting overall, and then we just play them to their strengths.
Sure. What were your big takeaways from the spring? Now that that part of this season is wrapped up, where do you feel like you guys need to focus this summer?
It was definitely a lot of highs and lows, just even with the portal going on. But I feel like we got all the negative energy out the building, so now it's just a positive vibe now. It's no really complaining. It's no anything about. We got to go out there and play with a clear mind. And when everybody's gonna want the ball, everybody's gonna want the park. But at the end of the day, I don't care if I end up each game with 150 yards. Like I'm just trying to win this year. That's the biggest thing is to win. And everybody knows they got to play their role and able to do that this season. This summer though, we're gonna get together the receivers. The O-line's gonna work out together, so we're all gonna be in our own groups, but we're all going to be together wherever. So we're going to build that team chemistry and just spend a lot of time with each other.
We just got to back to Charlie, who obviously got a scholarship today. As a leader of the locker room, how does that feel to see a guy like him get rewarded for his work? And what was that moment like for you and the rest of the guys?
It was amazing. Charlie's a hard-working kid. Like I said, him and Hank, they got the same intangibles. They never complain, never bicker, never argue, never get into it with anybody. They just hear about business. So when you handle yourself like that, then good things will come.
Hey, Shedeur, Monica Costello, Associated Press. You had a really rough end of last year. You got beat up a lot. Had some time to get better. How are you feeling, and how do you feel you will be getting stronger going into the fall? Are you looking to be as active running as you were? Because it was so effective too.
Yeah, I feel like my game, I definitely can extend plays, but I don't feel like I'm just a born runner. I feel like I run when I need to, when I have to, and of course it's exciting and it's very energetic. But if I'm able to sit in there how I was today and throw it, there's no need for me to use my legs much. The name of the game is basically have longevity, and a lot of guys that run a lot, it's gonna wear and tear on their body. So I try to play the game mentally and less physically, so the longevity will always be there.
You feeling good?
Yeah, I'm feeling great right now. Great workout program I'm on. And this summer is definitely a grind the whole month of May. Just getting where I want to physically and just not ever losing a step.
Hey, Shedeur. I'm Amber with Lace Top Sports with AB. And my question to you is, what's your favorite motivational speech or motivational quote in life?
Be legendary. I don't really have too much motivational speeches. You know who my dad is. You know he's the biggest motivational speaker out there. So I get normal lectures from him. So I don't really get driven by like motivation. But yeah, go for it.
Sure. Sort of a two-part question, but having gone through the spring now with Pat Schindler, what's your thoughts on this offensive scheme and how it fits with you? You've been in so many at this point through college, and then just a second.
It has
question.
success.
It has success, but like there's so many different ones, right? Just first off, what are your thoughts on this offense and how it fits you?
I feel like the offense is very quarterback friendly. I feel like it's how I see the game, how I feel out there. If it's a concept that I don't like, that I want to adjust, and we could talk about it, or he could say, okay, I like it, this is the reason why. So it's always a reason why, and I feel like, and I told him, even this morning, we got up here at like 6:30 a.m., and we had just had a meeting just talking about, I told him my biggest goal this year is not to keep us in like bad plays. So it's like to understand what each and every play doesn't work right for and get us in the right play. So it's really just trying to take my game and just make the team just take it to the next level, to where just always going to be one step ahead.
And then just a follow-up to that is, you've been going against this defense now. They've got a new coordinator. What are your thoughts on what Robert Livingston has done with that defense?
Well, I love that we go against that defense every day. It'll prepare us definitely for week 3. Big cover 3 team. So you know what time it is. So now I'm just excited that I get to see it every day and have trial and error with it. So then we could just go out there and when we play teams like that, then it's gonna be, we're gonna handle business.
Anything else for Shedeur? Jimmy?
Shedeur, what did you see out of the backup quarterbacks today? What's it like working in that room?
It's good. I feel like we got a group of guys that listen often. I told Ryan, don't get discouraged. Because like some things, it's just not great matchups, you know. So it's just about a process-driven game. You can't always worry about the results in this game, because if you focus on just the results, you're never going. A lot of things change often. Sometimes you may have one-off blitzes, one-off coverages, and you won't be able to get it. If you hang your hat on that, and you won't be able to be successful, because you won't be able to look past that. So I just encourage the guys overall just to play their game, like how they are, be natural with it, and I just give them some insight on basically how I see different things.
Shedeur, Fuller could teach a masterclass on how to utilize the transfer portal. Since you're such a team leader, how do you keep up a positive team dynamic with the outgoing and incoming transfers?
Well, the guys that's really leaving is they made that decision on their own. I don't feel like that messes up the chemistry, because of course we're bummed about it, but you know, whatever 11 players is out there, we're gonna make the most of it. So they gotta do what's best for them. That's what's best for them. And the guys that's coming in, they already know. I tell them straight up, like what the mentality is. There's no jealousy. There's no anything in the locker room, because y'all separated. And the moment you know it's that, then I have a problem, and everybody else have a problem. The leaders of the team have a problem with that player, and then it just affects the whole team. So we try to get all those guys out of here and be able to just have a positive mindset, being able to just work like a pro.
All right, thanks, Shedeur.